Hello, this is Evan here from the Trade Risk on Wednesday, March 17th, 2021. We are intraday right now, and this is our weekly swing trade ideas video where we bring you stocks based on a variety of discretionary, technical, and quantitative criteria, all of which we're going to break down for you in just a moment. As always, these videos are sponsored by our partners over at Investors Business Daily. We curate all of our long ideas based off of their stock lists. You can get access to their stock lists with a link in the description of this video. So we've got 6 names we're going to be looking at today. 5 names we're going to be looking at today. Let's kick things off here with some of the discretionary ideas. So this is me looking through basically IBD's stock list, our own TR150 watch list, which is already a curated universe of stocks. Leading stocks showing relative strength, growing above market averages, and a handful of other sort of criteria. So we've curated it down, and FLGT, this is one that stands out to me. When I look here at this trade setup, so again, weekly chart, long-term chart here, you can see this thing has been in a very powerful uptrend over the past 2.5 years. It's trading just off of its all-time highs, and if we look a little bit closer, you can see that it's had just this nice it had the nice breakout in January. So if you missed the breakout in January, that led to a nice, 200% run up, which is pretty impressive. And since that point, it has pulled back about 50% off of highs. So these types of numbers over this type of time frame goes to show, illustrates just how volatile this stock is. So do keep that in mind when you're sizing your position. But it pulled back basically 50% from its all-time highs. It digested sideways here pretty nicely in this range. So it's pretty orderly consolidation. Looks like buyers stepped back in, some decent volume there, and it's starting to move higher here. It's starting to try and break out and resume this rally back to the upside. So FLGT stands out to me. No position in that myself, and something I would pay attention to. DNLI, this is number 2 here. So again, from my sort of discretionary eyeballing of charts, this one is in the biotech space again. And if we look at a weekly chart, I think this illustrates just a nice picture. It's had, again, a very monster trend for the past year or two. Almost 600% from the lows of 2020 up towards the highs of just a few months ago. If we look at the weekly chart, you can see you've got this nice orderly pullback here and consolidation. If we go to the daily chart, you can see it looks like it's trying to start to stabilize here. I like the MACD, which is trying to lead up as well. MACD is still negative, but it's trying to inch higher here. And you can see, we're off of the lows. We're trying to put in a higher low. And if this can start to move over 66, if you want an early entry, 66 is that pivot to clear. And if you're looking for a little more patience, you may be looking more in the mid 70s for this to start to break out and show that it's really ready to resume back to the upside. So FLGT, DNLI, those are 2 names that I think look pretty interesting at the time of kind of scanning the market right now. Let's move into some technical trade setups. So these are specific technical scans that I'm running on this universe of stocks. Alibaba was hitting it today, and this one was on our just our simple, which I believe is our free scan on our website, is a bullish engulfing bar. So basically we had Alibaba open below yesterday's realized trading prices, and we have now rallied above the upper body of yesterday's prices. So we have the makings for a bullish engulfing bar, single candlestick pattern. But remember, this comes from a curated list of stocks. So when we zoom out here, we can see that Alibaba has been basically a market leader now for some time. It's trading relatively off of its highs still. It's 25-28% off of its highs. So it's not it's not really crushing the relative strength game right now. It is taking a break. It is taking a breather. It's consolidating. So the jury is sort of still out whether or not we're done working kind of in this longer term consolidation, but it's something to pay attention to. It's back towards this recent place at which buyers were stepping in and supporting the stock in January. So it's worth taking a look here. It's still very much a messy pattern, but it's a name that I think a lot of people like the potential for long term. So presenting it here on a very simple candlestick scan that we have. Number 2 is EL. So this is Estee Lauder, ticker symbol EL. This is hitting our ultimate consolidation, our short-term ultimate consolidation scan. So what this is basically looking for is just a balance in price. It's looking for a sideways range, and this helps us do a few things. First, it helps us kind of map and measure the landscape of the stock. So we know that there are consistent sellers up here around 297. There are bidders in this market now for EL around 280. And that can help us play breakouts, momentum, and changes in supply-demand dynamics. And so this scan here is basically saying to keep this on watch. It's trading just under its all-time highs, basically at all-time highs. You've got this nice gap in here as well that never filled. So you've got this kind of open gap, which shows urgency, which shows demand for the stock. Consolidation above it, just under all-time highs. Lots to like here in this name. There's a couple of heavy volume sell days, which isn't so pleasant to see, but all in all, I think there's a lot more constructive here in this stock than there is negative. So watch for that breakout, watch for that trigger price in ticker symbol EL coming from our ultimate consolidation scan. If you're a TC2000 user, you can download that scan, head to our website, you can learn more about it. Last but not least is a quantitative trade idea from our Merlin trading system. So this is a trading system that is holding on to stocks a little bit longer than a short-term swing trader would. So we're holding stocks on average for about 2 months in this particular trading system. PKI is one that we bought and got involved with back on, let's see, it was back on the 5th, I believe, was our exact entry day, 5th or 6th. Well, no, it had to have been the 5th then, is when we got involved in this. Our price is at 124.42. I believe that's the exact price. So full disclosure, we are long. I own this stock looking for higher prices at 124 and change. And what I like here about this particular setup, again, is just a leading stock. So a stock that has been working higher. It is about 20% off of the all-time highs, but it's starting to, push sideways here, starting to show that buyers might be showing up and starting to re-enter this stock. We've got the MACD that is trying to lead higher here. So I like the potential. We own it. We're looking for higher prices, targets in the mid 130s and then in the mid 140s for a second target. If this rolls over, we will be out of this name around 115 or so will be our exit price. So that is what I got for this week's video. I'd love to know which you thought is most interesting here. Any other ideas that you're scoping out, you're scanning for, you're looking at, or trading, leave a comment below. I'd love to read it. And as always, I thank you for tuning in and watching. Every Wednesday, we publish trade ideas just like this. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us at The Trade Risk to stay up to date with all of the latest. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you back here on Friday for the long form market analysis video.